Welcome back to another episode of 100% Orange Juice. Last episode we managed to beat Tomomo Hell with Suguri after many attempts off camera. Of course I only uploaded the victory one. Otherwise you'd watch about I don't know, like 20 videos of failures. But anyway, let's just go on to Hime. And we might have the same problems as Suguri when playing as Hime, but Hime does have that extra 1 HP, and it actually makes a huge difference when considering roles. So, this is why we built the deck in a slightly different way. So, it's more or less the same as Suguri's build, except for one small change. Sealed Guardian and All My Friends at 1. You should know why by now. 3 Holy Knights for passive star gain, and then we put in 3 Usabit instead of 3 Stiff Crystal. Now, the reason behind this is, with using Usabit, you'll be put at 1 health. Excuse me, 1 defense because you're at -1 defense. And Tomomo's max attack value will be 8 without any additional modifiers. So with your 5 health, this actually gives you more than a 50% chance of surviving that. So we put this in instead of Stiff Crystal. And the reason we don't put Stiff Crystal in is because our Hyper card is not as valuable as a Suguri's Accelerator. Although it can help in, I guess, in a pinch where you're trying to run away from a Tomomo, or if you're trying to get a boss kill, then this can be quite useful. It's still nice to have though, even though you can only use it until you're level 4. I mean, you can only use it from level 4 onward, and most of the time you're probably not gonna reach level 4, depending on how lucky or unlucky you are. And the last two are just Nice President and Princess's Privilege to just try to draw into our Hyper card. So, we're gonna play this in a similar style as Suguri. We have that +1 attack value to work with to get some critical kills. But more or less, we're just gonna try to get stars, avoid Tomomo, avoid as much combat as possible, and all that jazz. The orange Tomomo didn't actually get the kill on the chicken. I guess we'll just draw immediately, and we get a Binding Chain. So, if we can keep that until level 4, where we'll actually be able to use it, then we might be able to use that to, say, snipe a boss kill or something like that. Most of the time you use Binding Chain to, like, fight an opponent who's on a lollipop, and then level up following that. But, considering you're facing off against 3 Tomos, it's not gonna be as viable. And we also drew another Binding Chain from the draw panel again, so our hand is looking up to be pretty good. If we can just avoid the flamethrower traps, we'll be able to preserve what we have. And we get into our first combat, but we only do 1 damage to the chicken. So, green Tomomo will get the 3rd win off a Seagull. Yellow Tomomo has no wins as of right now. I know that feeling. I also know the feeling of always landing on those drop panels. So green Tomomo is going to be the first to level up to level 2. And then if she rolls a 6 next turn, she'll be able to level up to level 3 as well. We got Holy Knight from the Cherry, so I guess we'll just use that immediately. Once we build our lost ground of stars. And, we're going to go on the ×2 bonus. That'll put us back at more than 10 stars, so we'll be able to level up once we pass by our lollipop. We do land on a lollipop, so... And we're gonna go for 30 more stars next, since we have no wins right now, so... Not that viable to go for those. Orange Tomomo is actually at 1 health from the fight with green Tomomo. Yellow's gonna get her 2nd win. Orange is gonna perhaps get her 2nd win as well. I guess we'll go here. It was a bad pudding, so we discarded our card. But the card we discarded was ouch. The card we discarded was Assault, so I don't feel too bad about it. And, we failed to evade the chicken, so we might want to consider offing ourselves pretty soon. Especially with the green Tomomo about to chase us down. Orange Tomomo fought green Tomomo, but that only gave her additional wins. We get the chicken kill though, so no offing ourselves this turn. But we're in no rush to off ourselves. since the Tomomos are here and here, where we're right here. So we're in a pretty good apex distance away from them. We actually get the Sentinel kill. And I have this crazy theory that Hime's rolls are slightly rigged. I don't know why. I think it's just an observer bias, but I tend to roll a lot higher when playing as Hime. Although rolling ×2 drop, rolling double snake eyes on the ×2 drop is like the epitome of proving me wrong. But we are lagging a little bit. I think that's too much of a concern though. So we do 1 damage to the chicken. We evade the chicken's attack. I think we're lagging because the video I'm rendering it's just about finished. So green Tomomo fights the boss and gets knocked out. The yellow Tomomo is gonna fight the boss and only do 1 damage to it. So then orange is gonna not fight yellow and then fight the boss, do 2 damage to it, and take 1 damage. So then I assume next turn yellow's gonna fight orange and then the boss. So then we're just gonna fight this chicken. But we only do 1 damage to the chicken. And, I'm fine with offing ourselves to the chicken. The only downside is we're not gonna get a chance to snipe the boss kill. I wasn't really expecting to anyway. Yeah, so yellow gets the boss kill. Then we're at 5 wins. We revive instantly though, so maybe Hime's rolls are just rigged in terms of a revival, because that seems to be the majority of my observer bias. If any developers are watching this, you might want to check Hime's coding. So we're gonna reach level 3, and then go for stars again, since 3 wins is definitely a lot harder than 40 extra stars at this point. And through the charity we drew a super all-out mode, but I am not planning to use these, since they cost 30 stars to use. And we want to preserve our stars. It's really unfortunate that the chicken rolled a 5 in defense. Especially when we rolled, essentially both sides rolled 6. Bad pudding gets rid of one of our binding chains. Not too big of a deal. Better than a flamethrower at least. And the additional stars from the bonus panel really helps. Yellow is at 1 health from the boss fight. We don't have enough to level up, so we're just gonna pass by our home. And the green Tomomo will actually pity revive, so maybe I should have paid attention to that, because now we've put ourselves in a awkward position where green Tomomo couldn't kill us. So it might have been better to just stop by our lollipop. But now we do revive on orange lollipop. And green Tomomo didn't roll the 6 necessary to fight us, so we're safe for another turn. We got to level 4, and we're going for 120 stars next. And the boss is at 1 health, so we might be able to snipe this. So what we'll do is use super all-out mode. Actually, we're gonna use Binding Chain. And this will give us a free turn to try to get the boss. And this worked out for us, so with Binding Chain, we're also gonna get an additional turn to run away from a green Tomomo. So then she'll go... This is quite an interesting decision. We're gonna go here. The ×2 draw is really tempting, but I think I want to maximize distance away from from green Tomomo. But I guess it didn't matter because we got KO'd by the duck. So in the end, the ×2 draw would have probably been better. But yeah, I revived instantly due to the Hime's quote-unquote rigged revival rolls. Losing half our stars isn't that big of a deal at this point, since we are at 75. If we lost half our stars again, then we'll have to talk. And we have to fight this duck again. So this duck might actually, but we actually roll high enough to survive against the duck. And I'm calling it a duck again. I always mix between seagull and duck. So, orange Tomomo gets the 6th win. I don't want to fight Orange Tomomo, so we're gonna have to go here. And we'll fight this chicken instead. So we'll get the 6th win for ourselves on the chicken. And we might consider stopping by our Lollipop next turn to perhaps gain 1 more health. Assuming we roll high enough, that is. Orange Tomomo actually gets knocked out with the Sentinel. We don't roll high enough, but I guess we'll go here instead. And we get our revenge on the ducks, so we get most of our stars back. So next turn, we're gonna stop by our Lollipop, and then Green will stop by her Lollipop, is what I would assume. But we're actually not gonna stop by our Lollipop, considering we get more benefit from the bonus panel, and also it distances ourselves from Yellow Tomomo. Because if she rolled high enough, she could fight us and reach Norma and then level up on our Lollipop. Although Orange revives a bit sooner than I was hoping for. And we land on Dangerous Pudding on the bonus. The reason I landed here is because we had no more Binding Chains in our hands to really protect. So, worst case scenario would have been an Assault Trap. So Yellow Tomomo gets the 9th win off Chicken. And a nice little trap just placed down on our Lollipop for us. But hopefully we level up on someone else's Lollipop first. And then and then on our final level up, we'll step on this trap card. It was placed down by the mine layer, so I'm not too concerned about it being an Assault Trap. So we're gonna move along. Hopefully roll a 2 next turn. That would be best case scenario. Orange is gonna catch up to us very soon though, so we have to be very wary about that. We land on a drop, which is not too big of a deal. As long as we keep our distance from the other Tomomos, we still have a good chance of winning this. We draw a Final Battle, which isn't that too useful for us. None of these traps I really want to use. I'm just gonna go here. Maybe I'm on fire. Just to get up the chicken kill. No, that was a risk that a chicken could roll a 5, and with our -2 defense we would be knocked out. But I guess we live dangerously once in a while. And it was Mimiu's hammer, the trap, so not too big of a deal. The really good news is that we haven't been full health for the majority of the game, and that has allowed us to be immune to Magical Massacre. So if we can land on 1 more Lollipop before dying, then the game is ours. So we have to roll a 6 here. It's a 4. But we get more stars. But at this point, these stars are buffer for if we die. Then we won't have to work as hard to retain our final Norma again. Super All-Out mode is used by Yellow Tomomo. And that's perfectly fine as long as you guys are over here and I'm over here. Another Super All-Out mode used by Orange. They don't stack, so they're just wasting cards and stars. Land on a drop. We have a lot of buffer, so it doesn't really matter. And Green lands on her home, but she doesn't have 9 wins yet, so she won't be able to reach level 5. And we rolled a 4, so we actually win on our first try as Hime. I don't know why I was having so much trouble with Sugri. I think it's honestly the extra 1 health that Hime has makes her a lot better than Sugri, even though you're trading off that +1 evade. But evade is generally used to evade low value attacks anyway, so the +1 evasion is not really that useful. And when you compare it to Aru, who does have the +2 evade and also 5 health, I think the 5 health is the threshold that you really need to make the evasion really worth it. So that was our first try, and I guess I don't want to say we deserved the luck but we got it. So thanks for watching. Next time we'll probably do Sora, and I think Sora will be a lot better, especially with our hyper card. It'll be a more reliable Sugri to say the least. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. Castella out.